Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I know I will always have the reputation from some people of being Mr. Negative, of complaining too much about the game, of not just being thankful that it exists. And it is unfortunately the way of human nature has been since the Garden of Eden that it is more tempting to criticize than it is to appreciate. It's more tempting to lash out than it is to love. And I am proud, even if like a positive video only gets 200 views, that I still put out videos praising Kabam when it's warranted. And I think the people who watch my channel, certainly every day, but even every week, know that. With that being said, I don't make videos about input issues because I'm just trying to up my channel's viewership. I do what I do with every video, especially when it comes to the community outreach. I listen to the people who DM me personally, but I also see like what's going on in the forums. What are other people experiencing? Now, it's true that Perry has felt like a slot machine to me this month. Sometimes I'll tap it and I'll be like, oh, that actually registered. That's kind of amazing. Other times I'll be like, that was perfect, and I'm currently getting punched in the face. This has been consistent with other people's feedback. It's also been consistent. Let's say I'm bringing in Omega, and I dash back, right? But the game somehow registers, my phone somehow registers that I should dash forward. Or let's say I go to intercept and I dash back. That's happened quite a bit. Not sure what that's about. And I haven't really experienced these problems much before. I know there are a lot of people who experienced obviously horrible inputs for over a year. That's why they actually did a whole new input system. That's why there was eventually some compensation. But I've actually seen, to start off this month with the new patch, more input issues on my, by the way, iPhone 13 Pro than ever before. I'm sure there are also people out there that if they mistime a parry or a dex, they'll immediately blame input issues. But I don't think that's why people are bringing it up. I don't think people are trying to, like the majority of people bringing it up, are trying to just compensate for not being good at the game. I think they're just legitimately seeing things like I am that I haven't seen before. And generally, Kabam Jax, as I darken the screen and bring up a forum post, Kabam Jax is somebody we trust on the community to be positive, to be fair, to be someone that's empathetic. And I still think he is, to be fair. But this post kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I wanted to cover it. Because, first off, it's not just been my channel that's talked about this. Several other channels, several other forum posts, several other, you can name everything from Reddit to the official forums, have dealt with this. And maybe if you're a conspiracy theorist, you can say we all just got together and said, let's just complain about the same problem at the same time. But honestly, I think that'd be giving the mob, quote unquote, too much credit. No, I think it's giving us too much credit. I think maybe there's just some truth to it. So Kabam Jax said, hey summoners, the team currently has input issues under a microscope. Now, of course, that's not actually true. Although I would be curious what the game would look like under a microscope. But it means that they're looking into it as closely as possible, maybe. The issue with the reporting of these issues, is that there is a tendency of players to automatically slot any issue into the input issues category. Additionally, there is a confirmation bias, which leads to some false reports that could be chalked up to user error. Okay, so I'm not saying that isn't true. What I am saying is that is the minority, a small percentage of the reports. I have had people contact me who've said, Prof, I've never complained about this. I am not a complainer. I'm only talking to you because this has affected me in Alliance War. This has affected me in Battlegrounds. And I'm worried that this is not only costing me units and revives and what else, but it's actually affecting my attitude toward the game. I love this game. I want the game to work well. Again, I think that's the majority of people who are talking about this. What do they care if I report it on my channel? A lot of these people aren't trying to help me get clicks, and they shouldn't be. They should be caring about not my channel, but the community. That's the C word that they should be looking at. If you are encountering issues with the inputs, please try to be as specific as possible. If you have videos to accompany your post, those are also much, much more helpful. That also I don't understand though. Because if you don't see somebody tapping the screen, you could be recording a video and you could just not tap anything and somebody will run into you and you'll be like, see, it didn't parry. And you'll be like, well, that's because you didn't tap the screen. Now, I have seen people record a video of themselves tapping the screen. It's like videoception. So, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that either. Beyond the inputs, what else is happening? We've seen a couple posts saying the game is unplayable, but the vague nature of this report is not helpful. They're also worried that that's a pretty negative thing to say, I'm sure. What are you experiencing? A blanket first step in all of tech support is the classic turn it off and on. I don't know. Has that maybe I'm just wrong. Has that worked with this kind of thing? We see reports of some substantial improvement after hard closing and reopening the game. I will say sometimes, like, if you close out apps and if your game is, like, running on full, there might just be a lag because of the processor. So I guess that makes sense. But the turn on and off thing, I think more about, like, your Wi-Fi not working than I do with this game. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. This is not the player's fault. This is not the majority of the player's fault. That's my takeaway. This is not the player's fault. Now, there are going to be some people who just complain to complain, but I think the majority of people posting are just trying to be helpful and are frustrated. And I would love to have more of that feedback in the comments below for this video, because then I'll also learn what's going on. If you could also put, like, what device you're playing on, that would be helpful too. Anyhow, that's my video for today on this. Thanks for watching.